how are you? So now today we are going to start our part 2 of trigonometry. In first part we just introduced the lesson and some basic concepts related or regarding with trigonometry. At the end of the first part we discussed about the trigonometric identities. Now in this part we will be covering the remaining concepts as well as practicing some problems too. So let's start our second part. Look, in this part especially we will be focusing on concept called eliminating theta. We know actually what does mean by elimination. To eliminate means to remove. Why to remove? Because whenever we eliminate theta in the given trigonometric expression, then we form a trigonometric equation. So to form a trigonometric equation, we must remove theta or the equation which is equivalent to the trigonometric function, but actually it doesn't include value of theta in it. So this is the concept called eliminating or elimination of theta. Here I have written the concept that we have learned in the last video. These three are nothing but our trigonometric identities. We will have a look on it now. We know that sin square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. 1 plus tan square of theta equals sec square of theta. 1 plus cot square of theta equals cosec square of theta. We have already discussed about the proof of these trigonometric identities in our first video. So you can again go back and watch that part. Now look, for eliminating theta, we will be using trigonometric identities. So I have written it here. Now just take an example to understand it in a better way. Suppose we have here x equals a times cos theta and y equals b sin theta. What does it mean? X is any variable which is equivalent to a times cos of theta. So first we find ratio cos theta, then take its a times, means cos theta is taken a times. It means a multiple copies of cos theta. It will be equal to the value of x. Similarly, b copies of sin theta is nothing but y. We have to convert these relations between x and y into an equation in which we should not have theta. Okay, and that the removal of theta is nothing but eliminating theta. So how to do that? Look, first of all, the strategy that we have to follow, look at the given question carefully. Which trigonometric ratios it consists of? It consists of cos theta and sin theta. Obviously, here we can see it is very simple example to be understood. Cos theta and sin theta here can be found in first trigonometric identity, which is sin square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. So we have to convert these two expressions to get first trigonometric identity. So how to do that? Here we can see sin and cos theta both have their square values. So here cos theta and sin theta are not in square form. So first we convert it into square form. How to do that? Let's see. We have first expression x equals a times cos theta. So squaring both sides. We will square both the sides. Squaring both sides we get x square, a square and cos square theta. These all are now equivalent. Okay, so here we can make cos square theta separate. How? We know that a square is the multiple of cos square theta. So we divide both sides by a square. Why to divide by a square? to make cos square theta as a separate variable. So we get x square over a square. We are dividing, no? Similarly, a square cos square theta is divided by a square, which cancels out a square. So we remain with cos square theta. Okay, this is our first relation. Now we have cos square theta. What to do for second expression? Similarly, we have y equals b sin theta. So here, squaring both sides, the all steps should be followed as we done in first one. So squaring both sides, we get y square equals b squares times sin square theta. Now again dividing both sides by b square as we divided by a square in earlier case. Why to divide by b square? To make sin square theta separate. So dividing by b square both the sides, we get y square over b square equals b square divided by b square gets cancelled out. So we remain with sin square theta. This is our second relation or second equation. Now look, we have here covered our first step. Sin square theta and cos square theta we got here as we need using this identity. Now what to do? To relate them first and two, we have to add both. So that adding 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2. So adding 1 and 2 we have sin square theta plus cos square theta, means right hand sides are added, which gives equal left hand sides. Y square by b square plus x square by a square. Now it implies that sin square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but 1. So write here 1. Now we can write it as x square by a square plus y square by b square. This is our last equation or the required answer. Now you can see here we don't have theta anywhere. So this is the process of eliminating theta. We will take another example to make it better for understanding, and then we go our next point. Let's take another example. X equals 2 plus 3 cos theta and y equals 5 plus 3 sin theta. Again we have the first relation here over here. We can take examples based on tan square theta and cos square theta, means remaining two identities. But in this video we are only covering with two simple examples. Now look how to do this. First we write the first equation, x equals 2 plus 3 times of cos theta. How can we write it again? Look, these two when transposed to the RLHS becomes -2 and we remain with 3 times of cos theta. Okay. Now these 3 times can be divided here. Okay. Now we can write this cos theta equals x minus 2 and these 3 transposed here go in division. So this is our first relation. Again we have. Similarly, we can do here y equals 5 plus 3 sin theta. How to write this? Y minus 5 equals 3 sin theta. So that here we see sin theta is nothing but y minus 5 divided by 3. This is our second equation. Okay. Now we have sin theta, cos theta, but we need sin and cos in their squares. So squaring equations 1 and 2 and adding them. Why to add? Because we have the relation in identity like this. So squaring both equations, first and second, and then adding them. Squaring first equation gives cos square theta is x minus 2 whole square, and here we have 3 square as 9. And Here we have sine square theta, which is y minus 5 whole square. Again 3 square is 9. Now we have squared both the equations. Now we have to add them. So adding we get, take here, adding we get sine square theta plus cos square theta, which is nothing but sine means here y minus 5 whole square plus x minus 2 whole square over 9. Why we have done this? Because 9 is the common base, common denominator. So sine square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but 1. So here we can write directly y minus 5 whole square plus x minus 2 whole square over 9 is 1. This is the value for this expression. Now transposing 9 we have and rearranging the terms, x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square equals 9. Further we can expand this to using our algebraic identity, but here we need not to do this. And now here you can see we do not have theta. This is called the process of eliminating theta. You can make changes in these examples by substituting cos theta as tan and sin theta as sec. Now arranging them to get this expression and eliminating theta. Okay, let's move on our next and last part of this lesson, theoretical part. Values of trigonometric ratios for given theta. Look, I think this is the most difficult part that student feel. Why? Because most of the cases student have to know the values of angles or given theta. Using those angles they try to find the values for trigonometric ratios. But actually there is no need to remember this table, value table. So today in this part we will cover the basic concept. But to understand this in a better way, you have to compulsorily study our first part, in which we have discussed all the 6 trigonometric ratios and their interrelationships. Okay, here I assume that you have covered those points. If not, then go back to the first part of this lesson or this series and then come back again here. Okay, let's start. To make it understand very carefully, we have here drawn 3 different figures. Now look, here we have 2 right angle triangles, and this is a special case of a circle which is called unit circle. We will discuss about this after a while. Look, here we have 2 different right angle triangles. First right angle triangle is of 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Okay. And second one is 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree. Here we are using some concepts in geometry. Actually, you might have learned theorems in geometry called 30, 60, 90 degree theorem for a triangle and 45, 45 degree, 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. If you do not have idea about that, then here I will clear in using some statements. Okay. Now look, here you can see both the triangles have hypotenuse equal to 1. You can take any value here instead of 1, but we are taking to make it better because 1 is nothing but our unit. Here we are taking unit value for the hypotenuse, that is 1. You can take any value here, but to understand or make our unitization we take 1. Okay, now look 1 here, so that here we are using first law in geometry or theorem 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. What does this theorem state? Theorem states that, look, length of the side opposite to 30 degree. Okay, this is very important theorem. Length of the side opposite to 30 degree is always half of the length of hypotenuse. So our hypotenuse is 1, so it must be 1 over 2 or 1 by 2, half of 1. So that I told you, you can take any value here. Okay, if you have 6, then it would be 3. No problem. But side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypotenuse. Okay, this is the first statement. You will find its proof in your geometry section. And side length of opposite 60 degree angle is root 3 by 2 times of hypotenuse. Here I am going to tell you some tricks so that you should not remember the table, but using some basic concept that we have learned, you can make any angle possible without remembering them. Okay, let's continue. So I repeat very fastly here, side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypotenuse and side opposite to 60 degree is root 3 by 2 times of 1. Suppose here we have 6, then what could it be? It be 3 by 2 times of 6 hypotenuse. So this value would 3 root 3. Okay, so you can take any value here, but for the basic we take 1. Now in geometry we know that if the base angles, two base angles are equal or congruent in a triangle, that triangle is isosceles triangle. Okay, and what is the converse of isosceles triangle? Here side opposite to congruent angles are congruent. Okay, so we know that these two sides must be congruent or equal. Now theorem states that side opposite 45 degree in any right angle triangle is 1 by root 2 of the hypotenuse. So here we have 1 by root 2 side opposite to 45 degree. Again here, as it's an isosceles triangle, this side must be 1 by root 2 of the hypotenuse. So in 45 degree triangle, you will find these two values are always same. Okay. But if we have any value, it is totally dependent upon the value for the hypotenuse that we take. First we think about these angles, and here in unit circle or this circle we can see here, this part can be taken here, okay, to make a triangle. But all these angles, you know that 30 degree, 45 degree and 60 degree are between 0 degree and 90 degree. So these angles are in first quadrant. So we are in 10th standard only going to deal with angles in first quadrant. Okay. So now let's take our trigonometric value table. Generally we take 6 values, but here we are not going to take 6 values. Okay. We are only dealing with 3 ratios. Which are the basic ratios that we have discussed in our last video? These ratios are nothing but sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. And now angle that we are going to use here, 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. 0, 30, 45, 60 degree and 90 degree. First we discuss about these 3 values. Okay, 0 degree and 90 degree are special cases which can be understood in a better way in this circle. This circle is called unit circle. The circle which has radius equal to 1 unit is called unit circle. Now look, we are deriving values for 30, 45 and 60 degree using these 3 values in these 2 right angle triangles and the relations that we have learned in 6 trigonometric ratios. You know very well here, theta may be in this case 30, 45, 60 or any of this angle. The value that we are going to write here is equal to sin 30, cos 30 and tan 30. Okay. Now look, you know that sine means what? Sine ratio is opposite side with hypotenuse side. Ratio 30, just take 30 degree, 30 degree. Now tell me, opposite 1 by 2. I write here 1 by 2. Opposite with or opposite is 2 hypotenuse. Dividing any number by 1 gives the same number. So sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. So sin 30 is 1 by 2 using opposite to hypotenuse. I again repeat that you should go back to watch the first video to understand these 6 ratios. Okay, now look, sin 45, take this 45 or this 45, no matter, because both angles are same. Sin 45, again suppose we are taking this 45 degree, sin means opposite to hypotenuse, so this would be 1 by root 2, no problem. And sin 60, look, sin 60, take 60, then again opposite, sin 60 opposite is root 3 by 2 with hypotenuse 1, so this is nothing but root 3 by 2. You can see this value table on screen there. Now look, here we have covered sin 30, sin 45 and sin 60, these 3 values. Here I do not tend to remember them. Okay, so these are basic ideas. Now look, cos theta. You know that cos means adjacent to hypotenuse, that ratio. Now look, 30 degree. Okay, mark 30 degree. Cos 30 means what here? Adjacent to hypotenuse. So adjacent is root 3 by 2 over 1 is nothing but root 3 by 2. Okay, now tan theta, cos 45 here, this 45 degree, cos 45, cos is adjacent to hypotenuse, this ratio. So here again we have 1 over root 2. And now look, cos 60, just take 60 degree. Cos means adjacent. We know that 60 degree has this side as adjacent side, not this is hypotenuse. So adjacent here to hypotenuse. So 1 by 2 by 1 is nothing but 1 by 2 or 1 over 2. Now here you can see dramatically there is a pattern. What pattern? 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2. Now look, writing these values from last to first, here root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2 and 1 by 2. So sin theta have the values for 30, 45, 60 are in reverse manner for the cos theta. Now look, again here we have some interesting things. What? In last video we discussed complementary angles. Here I am not going to teach you only the value table concept, but we are trying here to make relationships, to understand relationships in all the ratios. If you are perfect in these relationships, then only you will be able to solve the difficult problems. This is totally conceptual video. Okay, now look what happens. Sin 30 is 1 by 2 and you can see cos 60 is 1 by 2. These two values are same. Why? Because 30 degree and 60 degree are complementary angles. You can remember sin 30 equals cos 60. Why? Because we know sin theta is nothing but cos 90 minus theta, that we covered in last video. Again, the pair which gives 90 degree, sum as 90 degree, are complementary angles will have same values. Look, again you can see sin 45 and cos 45 are same. Why? Sin 45 and cos 45, 45, 90. Again we are getting complementary angle pair. Similarly, 45, 45 same, 30, 60 same because sum is 90, 45, 45 is same because sum is 90. And now you can see again sin 60 must be equal to sin 30. Okay, because again 60 plus 30 is 90. This is the very interesting relation between these ratios. Again see, tan theta, again we are not going to see here. Why? In last video we discussed tan theta is nothing but the ratio of sin theta to cos theta. So only divide these two. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. Sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. We have tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Again you can see tan 45. 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2. Same number divides to the same number gives 1. Again you can see here tan 60 means dividing sin 60 by cos 60. Sin 60 by cos 60, 2 gets cancelled. Root 3 by 1 is nothing but root 3. Okay. So here we have collected trigonometric ratios and their relations to find out the trigonometric ratios and their values using complementary angles again. Now the special case that we are going to discuss here is unit circle. What about 0 degree and 90 degree? Now some important basic points that we have know here. Actually this part must be discussed in your 11th standard syllabus, but most of the students don't know where the values 0 degree and 90 degree gives not defined value or undefined value. What is the basic reason behind this? The reason is nothing, very simple reason is there. We know ratios. What is ratio? Ratio is a rational number which is in the form P by Q. We know that rational numbers which can be written in the form P by Q, and we know where Q is not 0 because denominator never be 0, so that number would be undefined number. Okay, this concept is taken here. So which values are not defined or undefined can be understood using unit circle concept. So some important points here we discuss now. Look what we have here: directed ray towards here 0 degree from origin. This is directed ray and this is another directed ray. So this is our incident ray and this is our terminated ray. This angle is increasing from 0 to 90 like this, and it passed through 30 degree also. Okay. Using some concepts here, you know, any point on circle or any plane can be represented using coordinates x and y. So we know this total length is 1, so 0 degree at this point must have coordinates x comma y. We know first coordinate always belongs to x axis. So what is x axis? Horizontal axis. So here x value is 1. Okay, and y is, this point does not lie on y axis, so it must be 0. We know that any point on x axis is nothing but in the form of a comma 0 that you learnt in your 9th standard textbook. On y axis point has the coordinates 0 comma b. In simple language, on x axis x has the value but y is 0. On y axis y has the value but x is 0. So here we can write again, here x must be 0 and y is 1, this length, this is 1. Okay, 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1, that's it, our game is over. Now look, x is what here? X is adjacent. Okay, adjacent, lying on x axis. We know adjacent means cos theta. So x coordinate always of cos theta, and y is vertical. Vertical means for given angle theta, this vertical part, this portion, this is nothing but opposite for this theta, and that opposite side is nothing but sin theta. So in short, you must know x coordinate is value of cos theta and y coordinate is has the value of sin theta. This is called, also in 11th standard form you will see these are the polar form. Okay, so in short we can say x axis has cos theta value and y axis is the value as sin theta. Now you can see again here you can see 0 related with x, so it must be cos theta and 1 must be sin theta. For 0 degree and 90 degree, now we will discuss our ratios. What is sine ratio? Opposite to hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is nothing but 1. Okay. So here for 0 degree, look carefully here. For 0 degree, opposite is sin theta, which is 0. 0 with hypotenuse. Actually what happens for 0 degree, you can see, if 30 degree angle and this ray presenting 30 degree angle is getting decreasing 30, 29, 28, so that, and it coincides with 0 degree, then what happens? Hypotenuse will be equal to x intercept. So is this 1? So hypotenuse is 1. No problem. So look here, opposite to hypotenuse we have 0 over 1. We know that 0 can be divided by any number to give value 0. So sin 0 is 0. Look, sin 90. Interesting case. Sin 90. Sin means opposite, that is 1. And hypotenuse. Here hypotenuse at 90 degree, it is 0. Sorry, hypotenuse is 1. Okay. So 1 by 1 is 1. So sin 90 is 1. In both the cases, we have denominator as 1 but not equals to 0, so that these ratios are valid. Okay, we know that here we understood whatever the angle for sin theta we derived can be written in reverse manner for cos theta. So sin 0 is 0, then cos 90 must be 0. So write here 0. You can check using these values. Look, we can take here cos 90. Cos means x. 90. Cos means adjacent to hypotenuse. Look, adjacent is 0, means here cos is x, hypotenuse is 1. So cos 90 is 1. What happens? Cos 0. Cos 0 must be here equal to 90 degree. Now you can see whatever the measures of angles for sin theta can be written in reverse form for cos theta, and tan theta can be obtained using ratios of sin theta to cos theta. Look, 0 divided by 1. Okay, no problem. We can divide 0 by 1. Sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So 0 divided by 1 is 0. So tan 0 is 0. No problem. And 90. Sin 90 divided by cos 90. Sin 90 is 1. Divided by cos 90 is 0. Oh, here we have bottleneck. Dividing by 0 is not permissible, or it's not defined action in rational numbers. So this value is nothing but undefined value. So here we can write UND undefined. Tan 90 cannot be defined, means its value is infinite, indeterminate. Okay, so we have covered here values for 0 to 90 degree. We are confined up to only first quadrant in this year syllabus, and I have covered only 3 ratios. What about other 3 ratios? So we discussed in last video that if we cover these first 3 ratios, then automatically we can write their reciprocals for the another 3 ratios. So here you can fastly understand what will happen. So tan theta is 0. It is actually 0 by 1. Okay, it is actually 0 by 1. What would be its reciprocal? 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is not defined action. So here in short we can write cot 0 is not defined. Okay, cot 0 is not defined. Now again, what is the line for tan theta? If you reverse this, then you will obtain cot theta. If you reverse cos theta, or you can take here cos theta and their reciprocals. This is actually 1 means what? 1 means what? 1 by 1. So again tan 0 will be 1. Tan 0 is 0. So cot 0 will be another number that you can take by reciprocating this. You can see the table for values on the screen, and when you see that screen, then pause your video and then look at all the values. Look, first these three values must be understood. I don't say these must be remembered, these values must be understood. So here we are going to end the first theoretical part with some examples that we have taken for lesson trigonometry. You can repeatedly watch the videos, and if you have some problems or some numerical problems solution videos are to be come in next parts of these videos, but here we are stopping this video. So subscribe, comment, and in comment section if you have some problem, then feel free to ask. Okay, thank you, goodbye.